Gwamnan free zakzaki. Gwamnan free zakzaki. Gwamnan free zakzaki. Bahara garasa ko zakzaki. Gwamnan free zakzaki. Bahara garasa ko zakzaki. Gwamnan free zakzaki. Ni abuji nake so ku. Gwamnan free zakzaki. Dan je ku yan zakzaki. Me haka free zakzaki. Kawai mu bar garin Abuja. We never surrender. Free zakzaki. Kawai mu bar garin Abuja. We never surrender. Free zakzaki. Kawai mu bar garin Abuja. We never. Come on. You love it, zakzaki. Allah, we know you love it, zakzaki. You are the only one. Allahu Akbar. Allah. Allahu Akbar. Allah. Allahu Akbar. Allah samu mu juya. Allahu Akbar. Ƙarya ne. Ba mai samu mu juya. Allahu Akbar. Come on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you.
Yes, sir.
That was why.
Okay, sir.
I want you to this is my
Nigerians have been oppressed for more than 2 years under the administration of Muhammadu Buhari. Muhammadu Buhari will come to understand that he is a tyrant. He's an oppressor. So we can never allow oppression and tyranny to continue in Nigeria. Therefore, we are out to fight, to call for justice. We are calling for the freedom of our incarcerated leader. Our leader, Sheikh Ibrahim ELZAKZAKY, has been shot severally. Right now, as I'm talking to you, you cannot wake up and pray. He cannot speak. This morning, we can't hear his voice. He's seriously sick. And these animals, they don't allow him medical access. The doctors that went to see him, they says they don't have facilities to handle his case. That the government should allow this man to travel abroad for medication, where they have enough facilities to handle his case. But they refuse. What do they want us to do? Do they want us to pick up arms and start killing? We will never do that. Because our leader taught us how to protect the life and properties of the citizens of this country. So they want to push us into violence. We are not violence. But we can never allow tyranny oppression to continue in Nigeria. We have all the strength to fight these animals. We come to understand that Nigerian security are nothing. They are women. They don't have a lot of weapons. It is the government that fabricated insecurity in Nigeria. That is why President Muhammadu Buhari and Law and Order abducted top chiefs and keep them somewhere, because they want us to believe that they have security in Nigeria. We don't have. So the message is that our leader is seriously sick. As I'm talking to you now, Sheikh Ibrahim ELZAKZAKY cannot speak out. They shot him. They killed 4 of his children, 6 in his house before him. They burnt his house to ash. His elder sister, she was 74 years old. This army, they locked her inside a room and set off fire until she died. An 18-month-old baby, Batula, they kill her father, they kill her mother inside Sheikh ELZAKZAKY's residence. And she comes out telling army generals, Baba, Baba, and they shoot her on her tummy and they throw her inside fire, she died. What kind of injustice is this, Nigerians? They bury people alive. They burn people alive. More than 1,000 followers of Sheikh Ibrahim ELZAKZAKY. And they dug ground, they put them, some of them were alive. They were saying, I'm alive, please don't bury me. And the Nigerian army poured sand on them and buried them.
So what you people want now is justice?
We want justice. Firstly, we want our leader to be free so that he will go and attend medical treatment. And his freedom is the freedom of Nigerians. Because Sheikh ELZAKZAKY has been speaking against tyranny and oppression. And any government that comes that wants to oppress Nigerians must arrest him. That is why when Buhari comes into power, he knows too well that Sheikh ELZAKZAKY will not allow him to oppress Nigerians. And that is why he tried killing him and keeping him under hostage. So we want our leader to be free unconditionally. He is seriously sick. Him and his wife, they were shot severally after killing their children. His wife now, she has so many bullets on her tummy. She's seriously sick. She's a woman. They killed all her children. 6 of her children's sons were killed. How do you feel it? They buried them. They couldn't even allow her to access to the dead bodies. And they keep her for 2 years without medical treatment. So we want our leader to be free because his freedom is the freedom of Nigeria. And we want this government to know that we have already concluded that President Muhammadu Buhari, in fact, I don't even consider him as a president of Nigeria because he's a tyrant. Muhammadu Buhari, Lawan Daura, and all the army chiefs are criminals. They are tyrants and they are oppressors. And they are oppressing Nigerians, not only us. They subjected the masses into abject poverty and hunger. And we'll never allow that to continue in Nigeria. So we continue protesting. We continue scheme for justice until justice is done. It seems they don't understand all the ones we are doing. But we know the language they understand and we'll soon speak the language to them. Thank you very much.
I'm here in support of free ELZAKZAKY. And as a person, I don't want my rights to be flinched with. Where there's injustice, all men and women should put their hand in deck to fight it all together. According to the Nigerian Constitution, 24 hours a man should be put under trial, no matter how heavy that crime is. 2 years to 3 years is an act of injustice. We supported this government, but when we see injustice, we also point out to them it's an act of injustice. Therefore, we are not supporting the detention of Sheikh Ibrahim ELZAKZAKY. Let them free him and his family. And all those who are detained illegally without trial, let them set him free. We want peace and justice in our country. Without justice, there will be no peace. And if there's justice, then there must be peace. And if this government wants to succeed, let there be justice. We are here as clergymen to support the release of this man as Christians, because do unto others as you expect someone to do unto you. We are not supporting anything done to a human being. For the sake of humanity, they should release him. Please, let the federal government should reconsider this man and release him. Because of his health challenge, nobody, no human being will do that to a fellow human being. It's not proper. We are objecting it. So they should release him. That's why we're here, in support of this free ELZAKZAKY movement. Thank you very much.
Let me have your name, please. Why are you people on the street?
Well, you see, today marks the 78th day since we started the Free ELZAKZAKY daily sit-out at the Unity Fountain in Abuja. And since we started, it has been very peaceful. and it has been peaceful generally because we at Concern Nigeria, we felt that the injustice that was being done to Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaki and his wife and members of the Islamic movement is unacceptable. And we decided to put the sit-out together because the week that we started the sit-out, Sheikh Qasim was killed right here in Abuja for protesting with 3 other members of the Islamic movement. And we said we can no longer tolerate things like this to continue to happen. So we convened the sit-out to become a platform and a venue at the Unity Fountain where all aggrieved members of the Islamic movement can come, ventilate, and demand for justice. And it has been going on very peacefully. But on getting to the Unity Fountain this morning, the police said that the Commissioner of Police had given an instruction that we can no longer have the sit-out at the fountain. And we said no, the fountain belongs to the Nigerian people, not to the Commissioner of Police or the IG or the President. And we said that the sit-out must continue on the fountain until Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaki and his wife are released from custody. And that's why you have seen that even pastors today have joined us, in the procession. When they stopped us from using the fountain, that's why we decided to hit the streets, and we did the procession to the Villa Gate. And we are going back to the fountain because we want to emphasize to Nigerians that we cannot all sit at home and be afraid of this government. In a democracy, the government should be afraid of the people, not the people to be afraid of the government. What this government wants to do is, because there's no even opposition in the country, they want to bully the entire country into submission, and we will never allow that. So at Concern Nigerians, we convene this sit-out and these daily activities to make sure that we sympathize with the movement, and we have been at the forefront of championing the sit-out, and we will not stop until justice is done in the matter. We're not only calling for the release of Sheikh Zakzaki and his wife, we're also asking for those that killed 1,000 Shiites in Zaria to be prosecuted, and put on trial. You will recall that the military panel, the commission of inquiry set up by the Kaduna State government, the military admitted to killing over 300 Shiites. But the Shiites have given us record of over 1,000 of their members that were killed. So this is going to be a continuous thing. The only way that we can stop gathering at the Unity Fountain every day is if Sheikh is released today. Then there will be no need to gather there tomorrow. So we have been very peaceful. Like I keep saying, the Nigerian government should not push these people to the wall, because that's what they did to Boko Haram. By pushing them to the wall, and the people resolved to self-help. You will recall that this government has refused to comply with the judgment of Justice Kolawole that ordered for Sheikh and his wife to be released. What he's simply telling you is that these people should resort to self-help. But we at Concern Nigeria will not watch and allow that to happen. So that's why we have taken it upon ourselves to make sure that we are at the forefront of seeking for redress in what has happened here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
Free, free, Zakzaki! Free, Zakzaki! Free, free, Zakzaki!
When they are sent, you just sue that man. Dr. Let him just talk for some time.
Allah
Thank you.